Hey out there and welcome. I'm Kate and I'm here with sunny Memphis today, and we are bringing you a bad mood yoga practice for those days when you can't seem to shake your bad mood. So before we start, do yourself a favor, go put on your favorite playlists, some of your favorite all-time music. Slip into something that makes you feel super good about yourself. If you're already there, then aces. Find a quiet spot, roll out your mat, and I'll see you in a few. Okay, so we're gonna start here in a comfortable seat. So take a minute just to settle in, to close your eyes, feel your shoulders relax down away from your ears, and breathe. So whatever brought you here on your mat today, let's see if you can just take it and set it aside. Whatever thing is still kind of stuck in your craw or still rattling around at the back of your head. Maybe you can just picture sticking your hand in there and taking it out and just putting it right on the outer edge of your mat. Just leave it there, because we're here to cheer up, right? We're here to just feel good, or to at least try to feel better. So breathe. Before we start moving, just feel your body in space. This fantastic walking, talking, working miracle that is you. Just check it out for a second. Tune in to what's going on the inside. On your next exhale, just drop your chin to your chest. Give your head a little shake side to side. And on an inhale, roll your right ear up over your right shoulder. And when you exhale, roll back down through center, chin to chest. And inhale, roll up to the other side. So your left ear hovers. And then roll back down through center. One more time. Come on up and over your right shoulder. Down through center. And up and over the left. And chin to chest. And then your inhale, you're going to lift your head. Open your eyes and come into downward facing dog. And just start to pedal it out. If downward facing dog isn't a pose for you that makes you feel kind of good and makes you feel like you've made your way onto your mat, then move into whatever pose does. This for me is kind of home base. My brain almost automatically clicks into mode when I come into a downward facing dog. If that's Uttanasana for you, if that's table for you, if that's child's pose for you, if that's whatever for you, take a minute and do that pose. That I have arrived on my mat pose. And close your eyes and just breathe. If you want to make it a static pose, you can. Kind of stay still and breathe. If you want to sway and move, do that. We're just going to breathe here for a couple more smooth and easy breaths. And then wherever you are, you're going to bring your knees to the mat, toes tucked under, and just come upright from here. Take your hands, interlace your fingers behind your back. Give yourself a moment to kind of spread through the front of your chest, through your collarbones. Take your gaze up gently. Let your knuckles draw down. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. When you exhale, let your right hand drop by your side there and just reach over to the right. Inhale, come on back up, reaching up through your fingertips. And when you exhale, take your left hand down. You're gonna stretch it down as you reach up and over to the left. Then inhale, you're gonna come on back up, reach it up. When you exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back one more time. And from here, you're gonna sit your hips back on your heels.
If this is really brutal, then you can untuck your toes. You can stay upright on your knees. We're gonna take a breath here and then slowly start to fold down. So you start to relax your chest on your upper thighs. And from here, you can take your forehead to the mat, reaching your knuckles back. If you know that you feel comfortable kind of giving weight to the top of your head, we can shift the hips forward and roll toward the crown of your head, coming into Sarangasana. If that doesn't feel right for you, then stay back. Take a breath. And when you exhale, release your arms down by your sides, untuck your toes, and shift yourself into a child's pose. And when you get into child's pose, let yourself kind of sway a little bit back and forth. It's going to be a sloppy practice, maybe a little bit. But what better to lift your mood than a sloppy yoga practice? Oh, all right. You're going to come back through the middle. Reach your arms forward. Come up and stretch back. Downward facing dog. Maybe this is your first one. Maybe not. Let yourself sway here, side to side. Yeah. Okay, and then you're going to take your left hand, reach it through to the outside edge of your right leg. Firm down through your right hand, shoulder blade into your back. Take your gaze under your armpit. The world looks good under your armpit and through your dog. And then we're going to switch. Left hand down. Reach across to your left leg with your right hand. Same thing, you feel your left shoulder blade settle into your back. And then come back through your dog. Inhale, float forward into plank. When you exhale, lower your knees. Chest and chin come down, elbows in. You're gonna launch off your toes or, belly flop. Roll your shoulders back. Baby cobra, inhale. And when you exhale, release your forehead. Tuck your toes, press yourself up through table, and then back into a toe-tucked child's pose. And breathe here. All right, inhale back up through this extended table. Exhale, downward facing dog, stretch back. You're gonna take your right leg, sweep it up and reach it back behind you. And when you exhale, pull your knee in toward your chest, and then you're gonna hook your right ankle on top of your left thigh for a little figure four in your down dog. Bend your left knee, send your hips back. This is gonna sound super weird, but you're gonna drop the ball of your right foot, drop your left knee, and we're gonna roll onto that outer left hip, and then butt to the mat. Here we are, facing the back edge of the mat. I told you it was gonna be sloppy. Drag your left heel in, coming into Agni Stambhasana, feet flexed, shins working toward parallel. Gonna lengthen up here. And then start to walk yourself forward. And breathe. Yes. Okay. Slide your hands back underneath you. Come on back up. Kick your left leg straight out. You're going to drop onto that right foot. Swing your hands around to the top of your mat. Coming back through. Down dog split. Sweep your right leg up. As you stretch it back, roll out your ankle. Point and flex. Then bend your knees. Stack your right hip open on top of your left. Yeah. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, step it up between your thumbs. When you get there, drop your back knee. Press into your right foot, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, reach it up. Full breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat on either side of this front foot. You can use blocks if you want them. We're gonna slide the hips back, working into a little Ardha Hanumanasana. That's it. Inhale, rock forward, back toes tucked, lift that back knee, stretch your chest forward as you inhale. And one more time when you exhale, pull your hips back, work to straighten your right leg, scissor your inner thighs. Left hand's gonna stay on the floor or on a block. Take your right hand just to your outer right hip, lengthen your spine, and we're just gonna revolve the torso a little bit to the right. That's it, full breath. And when you exhale, rewind, bend your knee, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into your plank. As you exhale, knees, chest, chin. If you want to grab chaturanga, baby cobra, or an upward facing dog, it's up to you. Downward facing dog. Yes. Inhale, left leg's gonna reach up. As you exhale, pull this knee into your nose. You're gonna hook the left ankle on top of your right thigh. Bend your knee. Send your hips back. It's one of my favorite things to do. And then you're gonna drop the ball of your foot down, drop your right knee down. And it does not have to be elegant. We're gonna roll. Whoop. And you know, back of the mat. Probably would have been easier if you kept your right leg straight, huh? That was crazy. That's all good. Flex your feet, Agni Sambhasana, round 2, lengthen up, come out and over. And breathe. I'm gonna walk your hands back underneath so you can sit up. Let's stretch this right leg out. Gonna windmill yourself around and step it back. Down dog split. Left leg, sorry Memphis, is gonna lift up and stretch back. And roll out your ankle and point and flex. And then take that left hip. Stack it open for a moment. And then return downward facing dog. Gaze forward and tiptoe to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out. Exhale and fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. And come down through the center, hands to prayer. And breathe here. Feel your feet on the ground, energy in your legs, beating of your heart, all that good stuff. Inhale, come out and up. Exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Plant your hands, walk it back, downward facing dog. Okay, we're gonna do that same thing. Take your right leg, sweep it up, kick it back. When you exhale, knee in, you're gonna hook your right ankle on top of your left thigh, bend your knee. Yes. Nice. We're gonna come out of this now, knee into your chest, sweep the right leg up and back, and then from here, you're gonna bend your knees, stack your hips. Wild thing is you drop back, the ecstatic unfolding of the enraptured heart, press into your feet, lift those hips, and then take your butt down to the ground, facing the back edge of your mat again. Keep this right foot right where it is. You're gonna wrap the left arm around, extend some energy through that left leg as you sit tall, and give yourself a little twist here. Yes. And then unwind your twist. You're gonna plant your left hand, lift yourself into almost kind of like a half Vashisthasana type thing. Then you're gonna step your right foot forward, pivot around, reverse warrior. Come all the way up and stretch up and reach back. Inhale up through your warrior 2. Exhale, sink a little deeper into your feet. Straighten your right leg, come out and over, Trikonasana. This is another one of my favorites. I'm sharing some of my favorites with you today on our grouchy yoga day. These are the poses I go to when I'm feeling grumpy. There's just something about this shape that your body makes here. The strength, but also this extension. Take your top hand to your hip, take your gaze forward, and you can use a block again if you want to. You're gonna hop the back foot in, place your right fingertips forward. Ardha Chandrasana, another one of my favorites. Find your balance here. You can keep your gaze on the floor, your hand on your hip. If you wanna work more challenge, you can extend, take your gaze up. We're gonna rewind, warrior 2, soften your front knee. Come on back up. Inhale. Exhale, take your hands to the mat. Step it back, downward facing dog. And here, if you want to take a vinyasa, 1000% you can. If you want to rest here in down dog or rest in child's pose, so be it. Chaturanga might make you more grumpy. So let's avoid it if it does. It certainly makes me grumpy sometimes. All right, let's do the other side. Take your left leg, lift it up and stretch it back. And when you exhale, knee into your chest. You're gonna hook this one more time. Oh, bend your right knee. Yes. All right, knee back into your chest. Kick your left leg up and back, and then bend your knees, stack your hip, open up. And then drop back, wild thing. Feel that ecstatic opening of your enraptured heart. Inhale. And then exhale, butt to the ground. Here we go. Right leg stretched straight out. Wrap around with your right arm. Sit nice and tall. Give yourself a twist to the right. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's your left. Ah! Take a breath. And rewind. Coming back through. Right hand to the mat. You're going to push. Lift your hips, step your left foot toward your right thumb, reverse your warrior, windmill it up. It can be slow, it can be sloppy, it can be precise. Inhale, come on up, warrior two. It is your practice, right? Straighten your front leg, come out and over, Trikonasana. Find length in your spine. Roll your right shoulder open. Take your top hand to your hip, gaze forward. Let's hop it up. Ardha Chandrasana, little half moon. Memphis. And breathe. Memphis is the perfect prop. You can... I can't. Oh, yes I can. I'll just hold all my weight. There we go. And then slowly rewind, warrior two. Inhale, find strength here. When you exhale, hands to the mat. Step it back, downward facing dog. And pedal it out. And again, if you want to go for vinyasa, if chaturanga makes your heart sing, then, I mean, go for it. And then let me know in the comments, because I would love to hear from you. All right, take your gaze forward, walk or hop Uttanasana. Lengthen when you get there. And fold. Press into your feet. Come all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Bring your hands down through prayer. And breathe. Close your eyes. Release your hands. I totally forgot something. We're gonna go with it. All right, inhale, take your arms, reach them out and up. Exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen out. And exhale, downward facing dog. Yes, here we go. We're gonna add in what I forgot because it's sloppy. Take your left leg, lift it up. And exhale, step it forward. Drop your back knee. Anjaneyasana, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Slide your hips back. Yes, embrace the slop. Yes. Rock it forward, bend your knee, lift your right knee from the mat, inhale. Exhale, drag your hips back, working to straighten here. Gonna keep your right hand, fingertips on the mat, left hand to the outer left hip, lengthen your spine. And when you exhale, we're gonna take that twist. Yes, guys. And then fingertips to the mat, bend your left knee. You're gonna step your right foot forward to meet your left. Now that we've gotten that back into our flow, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold, downward facing dog, take it back. And a little palate cleansing vinyasa if you want one. I'm a Virgo, so disorder makes me cranky. That's a perfect time for me to forget a flow in the middle. Let's add some more. Last little bit. Inhale, take your right leg, lift it up. When you exhale, step forward. We're going to come into warrior one. Yes. Root through those feet. Take a second here. And when you're ready, take your arms, reach them up. And when you exhale, bend your elbows. Come on into cactus arms here. And just breathe. Gonna keep those elbows bent, swing your hands behind your back. You can grab your wrists, you can grab your forearms, you can grab your elbows. Straighten your right leg. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, take your chest, reach it out and over, laying all the way out onto that right leg. Inhale. And when you exhale, release your hands and fold. From here, gonna shift your weight into your right foot. Step your left foot forward. So you're in a super short stance here. And now you're gonna bend your left knee, shift your weight back, and work to straighten your right leg. Drag your right toes back toward your nose. Just like this. Then keep your left fingertips on the mat. Take your right hand to your right hip, lengthen, and we're gonna twist to the right. You can sweep your right arm up if you want, or keep your hand on your hip. From here, you're gonna spill your weight back into your right foot, come onto the balls of your feet, and spin around so you face the long edge of the mat. Bend your knees. We take a seat, Gomukhasana. Inhale here. Then when you exhale, come out and over. And breathe. One more nice easy breath as you soften into those outer hips. Sometimes they need a little convincing. And then slowly round yourself up, shift your weight forward, tuck your toes. We're gonna spin, lift the knees, coming through nice, easy, short, wide leg. And now we're gonna walk toward the left toes, spinning toward the back of the mat. Warrior one. Come on up. Same deal, take a second here. When you're ready, reach your arms up, bend your elbows, cactus those puppies. And then take your hands behind your back. Grab where you feel comfortable, straighten your left leg. Inhale, exhale, come out and over. Folding here, just breathe. As you exhale, release your hands, Parsvottanasana. Adjust how you need. If you want some blocks here. I'm gonna step the right foot a little bit closer. Bend your right knee, take your weight back, peel the left toes off the mat. Right hand's gonna stay where it is. The left hand comes to your outer hip, lengthen, and then roll open and twist. And maybe that left arm wants to come up, maybe not so much. And slowly gonna rewind, shift forward, come onto the balls of your feet. Gonna spin to the left, lower it down. Gomukhasana round two. Sit tall as you inhale and come out and over when you exhale. And walk your hands back underneath you. Come on up. You're gonna shift your weight forward, right? Tuck your toes, lift your knees, and walk yourself back to the right, coming into this super short Prasarita Padottanasana. Spin your right toes back toward the top of your mat, plant your hands, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, baby cobra, or upward facing dog. Hips high, downward facing dog. Take your gaze forward, walk, or hop, Uttanasana. Lengthen and fold. Press into your feet, come all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. And slide your hands down through the middle. Okay, so one more little bit. On grumpy days, I go upside down because sometimes it just helps to flip things around, right? So I'm gonna work a headstand. You can do
Anything else that feels more comfortable to you. If headstand isn't in your practice, you can take legs up the wall. If you've got a couch nearby, legs hooked over the front of your couch feels really good. I'm gonna talk through a little bit of headstand, and I'm gonna do it away from the wall, which is how I learned. If you feel more comfortable at a wall, then you can grab a blanket and take yourself near a wall, and we can work our way through coming into a headstand, okay? We're gonna start in a tripod. So I've got my blanket here. Slide the hands underneath the blanket so you've got a nice hard surface, right? And then I'm gonna take my head forward and bring it down. If you go too far back, you're gonna know because you feel like you're kind of gazing at your navel. If you go too far forward, you feel like you're now looking at the floor. So there's a sweet spot that if you kind of roll forward and back, you start to feel like, okay. It ends up being right, there's some kind of crazy measure from your hairline. It ends up being, for my hairline, about 3 fingers back, but I understand that that's also like kind of arbitrary. I think you need to be intelligent about making the choice of where it's gonna go. And before you go upside down, to really understand that if you go here, you're not gonna be able to work here. And if you go here, you're not gonna be able to work from here either, okay? I just like lectured you, I'm sorry about that. But take your head down onto the mat and you can hang here. This is round 1, this is step 1. Hands are kind of making the bottom line of your triangle and the head is the top. You want to keep your shoulders lifting away from your ears, and this is where you stay. If you feel uncomfortable with weight on the top of your head, that's cool. I get it. You can stay here. If you want to go into the next thing, we're going to lift the knees and walk your feet in. And now you can take your knees and just set them on your upper arms. Step out and then relax. Okay, if it gets to be too much, please rest. There's no point in pushing. That's just going to make you more grumpy. And that's not why we're here today. I'll make you more grumpy next time and not feel bad about it. All right, one more time. Top of the head to the mat. Press into these hands. You're going to use the strength of your hands. Lift your shoulders away from your ears. You can lift your knees. If you're feeling comfortable here, you can take your knees onto your upper arms. If you're feeling comfortable there, you can lift your knees off your upper arms. If you're feeling comfortable there, we can lift up. Maybe take the legs up. Right? Or stop anywhere along the way. Come on back down. As gently as you can, take a second in your child's pose. Rest your arms, rest the weight of your head into the floor, and feel that buzzing at the top of your head. Ooh, isn't that lovely? If you want to, you can take your thumbs, give yourself a little neck massage right underneath the base of your skull, into your upper back. That's it. Okay? And then slide your hands underneath you. We're going to slowly come on up to sit. Let your hips drop over to one side. Stretch your legs out in front. You can get rid of this guy and lay all the way back. Yes? I don't know, Memphis is onto something here. And just relax here for a couple of breaths. Feet flat on the mat, arms out to the sides. Maybe take your gaze over your right shoulder. Come back up through the middle and slide it over to the left. Back up through the middle. Let your knees bonk over to the right. Back up through the middle, let them bonk over to the left. Back up through the middle, hug both knees in. If you want to give yourself a Shavasana, 1000% pause the video here and give yourself a Shavasana. If you want to end class seated, then we're going to roll to one side and come on up. But this is about kind of what you want, right? So give yourself that thing. Give it to yourself. Let your hands rest wherever they feel comfortable. Slide your eyes closed and take a few moments here. So, maybe this didn't get you out of your grumpy rut. Sometimes it takes more than this, right? Sometimes it takes an actual act of brute force to get you pried out of your bad mood. I know, I get it. I'm there sometimes. I'm there with you. Remember that we can't always choose what happens to us, but we can try to choose what we and how we react to it, right? So if you spilled your coffee on your shirt and you're really still mad at yourself about it, if your dog was puking at 5:20, you were cleaning it up for 20 minutes, it's okay. We can move past this. So take a moment here. Bring your palms together into Anjali Mudra and vow to yourself that you will do more things today that bring you joy, that bring a smile to your face, whatever they may be. Vow that you will do more of that today. Thank you for spending a bit of your time with me. As always, hit that subscribe button. There's a little notification bell. Tap that puppy too. There's some more videos in the library. Check them out. Thanks for joining me. I look forward to practicing with you again soon.